Very truly I tell you, we speak of what we know, and we testify to what we have seen. But still you people do not accept our testimony. I have spoken to you of earthly things, and you do not believe. How then will you believe if I speak of heavenly things? No one has ever gone into heaven except the one who came from heaven, the Son of Man.
Hi, I am Berlyn, and if this is your first time in my channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the lost book of the Bible, the book of Enoch. So let's get started. The book of Enoch is considered apocryphal, pseudepigraphical, and intertestamental. Don't worry, I'm going to explain what these words mean. The apocryphal scriptures are those that emerged in the first centuries of Christianity. These writings were not accepted in the Israelite Bible, nor in any version of the Bible used by Christians of all denominations, because they don't come from a divine inspiration, unlike the books of the Bible that were inspired by God, or as in the books of the New Testament that are testimonies of people who walked with Jesus, who are the apostles. It is considered an intertestamentary writing because it is believed to have been written between the Old and the New Testament. This is called the intertestamental period. This period is believed to have started after the death of the prophet Malachi, around the 5th century before Christ, and ended with the mission of John the Baptist. And it's considered pseudepigraphical because they believe that it is false, that it's not authentic from Enoch, that his name was used for propaganda. The book of Enoch is not recognized as canonical by the Christian churches, and the current Jews excluded as well. And the only Jews that included in the Tanakh are the Beta Israel, who are the Ethiopian Jews. The book is based on the character of Enoch, who is Noah's great-grandfather and the seventh since Adam. Enoch is not the only Enoch mentioned in the Bible. There are other Enoch. That's something common. It's not rare. It's like with us, like with our family. You can have a cousin named David, and your uncle name is David, and your father name is David also. That's just something normal. We can see this in Genesis 4:17.
Cain made love to his wife, and she became pregnant and gave birth to Enoch.
And Numbers 26:5.
In Numbers 26, it says that the son of Reuben, it's Enoch. But in the Spanish Bible, the translation is Enoch.
But the Enoch that we're talking about is in Genesis 5:21.
When Enoch had lived 65 years, he became the father of Methuselah. After he became the father of Methuselah, Enoch walked faithfully with God 300 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Enoch lived a total of 365 years. Enoch walked faithfully with God, then he was no more because God took him away.
So Enoch had a really close relationship with God. So God decided to take him away. He didn't die. God took him away like he did with the prophet Elijah.
As they were walking along and talking together, suddenly a chariot of fire and horses of fire appeared and separated the two of them. And Elijah went up to heaven in a whirlwind.
The book is an apocalyptical text. It talks about the abode of the souls of the dead, the fallen of the angels, and the relationships with the daughters of man, the giants, as well as numerous topics that the biblical text only touch in passing are treated in the book of Enoch with great precision and clarity. The content is mainly symbolic, with hints of astronomical and cosmic mysteries. It also addresses the supernatural domain of elements through the action of angels who preside over the winds, the sea, hail, frost, dew, thunder, and lightning. The book of Enoch was considered by the Christians of the first time like part of the sacred scriptures. The writings of the so-called church fathers are replete with references to this book. The Epistle of Barnabas quotes him several times. Tertullian even calls it sacred scripture. It was discredited at the Council of Laodicea. From that moment on, its reading was prohibited. The modern recovery of the book is due to the explorer James Bruce, who in 1773, after spending 6 years in Abyssinia, returned to England with 3 Ethiopian copies of the book. Later, some fragments of the Greek text were discovered. It is believed that the book of Enoch was written about 300 years before the Christian era by some scholars scholar who, believing himself to be inspired by God, took the name of the antediluvian patriarch to spread, among other interesting information and predictions of the future Messiah. Now with all this introduction, I will tell you why I decided to buy the book. My mom and I had heard about the book and caught our attention. So I started to investigate more about the book, but still it didn't convince me. And also, I was doubting because the Bible doesn't talk about Enoch that much. I mean, it does, but it doesn't talk about his life in general. You know how in the Bible God describes the life of Noah and all the other characters. There are some characters that he describes more than others. So one day I was about to read the book of Revelation and something caught my attention. The book of Judas is before Revelation and it's very short. It's only one chapter. So it's in Spanish, but you're gonna see it. So this is the book of Revelation, Apocalipsis in Spanish. So here's the book of Judas. So I was about to read Revelation and something right here caught my attention. My eyes went straight here. So in Judas 1:14 says,
Enoch, the seventh from Adam, prophesied about them. See, the Lord is coming with thousands upon thousands of his holy ones, to judge everyone, and to convict all of them of all the ungodly acts they have committed in their ungodliness, and of all the defined words ungodly sinners have spoken against him.
So by reading this, I realized that yes, there is a reading about Enoch. With this passage, God answered me because I was thinking about it a lot. And for that reason, I bought the book because I feel like God wanted me to buy it. I mean, I wanted to buy it before, but I wasn't sure. I was like, if I read it and it says something different and it confused me completely about what I'm reading in the Bible. So I was like, oh, I don't know. It's so complicated. I feel that it was an answer. So that's why I bought it. So I have been reading it and it is very interesting. There are many topics that connect with the Bible and it's fascinating. So for example, in the Bible in Genesis, it tells you about the angels that fell in love with the women and they had children and these became giants, right? That's the only thing that it tells you. And it says that there was a lot of evil in earth. So that's when the story of Noah's ark came. God told him to build this ark. The story continues, right? So that's the only thing that it tells you. It tells you that the angels committed sexual immorality with the women and they had babies and these babies were giants. But in this book, there's more details about that story. It tells you about how this happened. Where did God send the angels? What happened to the women? What happened to the giants? Enoch was involved in all of this because he talked to God a lot. I recommend this book to you so much. I don't regret buying it. I don't regret reading it. So I feel that you won't regret reading it or buying it. So that's all for this video. And if this is your first time in my channel, which I think it is because this is my second video in English. If you go to my channel, all my videos are in Spanish. But I'm gonna start doing more videos in English about the Bible, about God, and also about my personal life. For you to not get confused, you can go to the playlist section and I'm gonna have a playlist with all the English videos and with all the Spanish videos, God videos. So I have more videos in English and I'm gonna upload more videos about God in English and also about this book. I'm gonna start uploading more videos about what happened to the women, about what happened to the angels, to the giants, and about everything that the book tells. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, so right now I'm editing the video and I forgot to tell you guys something. So in the book of Enoch, it talks about the existence of the giants and of the mermaids. And also it talks about angels that committed sexual immorality. This is a very interesting topic, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. You guys have to wait for that for another video. But the thing that I wanted to tell you guys is that when I was reading the book and I read about the mermaids, I was like, what? I started doubting again. So then I read a passage in the Bible. God talked to me through that passage again, like always. The passage is in John 3. Jesus tells this person that if we don't believe things from earth, how are we going to believe things from heaven? And that's very true. When I read that, I was like, oh, that's for me. I feel like God told me, don't doubt. If you read Revelation, there's a lot of beasts. All the things that happen, it's crazy. So angels exist. Beasts exist. Why not mermaids, you know? That's all I wanted to tell you guys. And I'm gonna upload a video talking about that. I know you guys are gonna be like, yes, now I get it. It's super logical. So wait for that video, guys.
Very truly, I tell you, we speak of what we know and we testify to what we have seen. But still you people do not accept our testimony. I have spoken to you of earthly things and you do not believe. How then will you believe if I speak of heavenly things? No one has ever gone into heaven except the one who came from heaven, the Son of Man.